Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Talitha. I would like to present the topic about workplace bullying and harassment. So let's jump to the topic. What is bullying? Bullying at work happens when a person or group of people repeatedly act unreasonable towards them or group of workers. The behaviors create a risk to health and safety. These behaviors doesn't have to be related to the person's or group characteristics. Adverse actions doesn't have to have happened. Unreasonable behaviors includes victimizing, humiliating, intimidating, or threatening. Whether a behavior is unreasonable can depend on whether a reasonable person might see the behavior as unreasonable in the circumstance. So here are the examples of bullying include: first, behaving aggressively. The second one is teasing or practical jokes. The third one is pressuring someone to behave inappropriately. The fourth one is excluding someone from work-related events, or the last is unreasonable work demands. Bullying is usually seen as acts or verbal commands that could mentally hurt or isolate persons in the workplace. Sometimes bullying can involve negative physical contact as well. Bullying usually repeated incidents or a pattern of behavior that is intended to intimidate, offense, degrade, humiliating, and a particular people or group of peoples. It has also been described as the assertion's power through aggressions. Next slide. Who is protected from bullying in the workplace? If you feel that you are being bullied, discriminated against, victimized, or subjected to any form of harassment, so you need to tell to first is the outworkers. The second one is the contractor or subcontractors. The third one is volunteers. The fourth ones you need to tell to the human resources department. And the fifth one is students gaining work experience, and the last is a health and safety representative. Another examples of being bullied in the workplace, such as someone has spread false rumors about you, and the second one is someone keeps putting you down in the meetings. The third one is your boss doesn't let you go to the training courses, but they allow everyone else, and the last is your teams doesn't let you to join in social events. So that kind of the examples of being bullied in the workplace. So when experiencing bullying, it's common to feel powerless and unable to do anything to stop it. So if you are stand to bully, you may be threatened or told no one will believe you. If your manager will bully you, you may wonder to tell. First, you need to take a moment to remind yourself that bullying is never your fault, regardless of what trigger it. Even if someone's bullying you is by making it seem like you cannot do your jobs, because bullying is more about the power and control, not about your work ability. Next slide. Where to get help? For the employees in the workplace, so if you think that bullying and harassment has happened in your workplace, you can tell to the supervisor or manager, a health and safety representative, and the human resources department. Fair work commissions. If you are still employed, you can take the actions with commissions. You can apply to the commissions to stop bullying by taking the commission's eligibility quiz, or if you are eligible, lodging your applications with the commissions. But for the employers, you can get help from Fair Work Commission's assistance or a performance management. Actions carried out by management in a reasonable way is not bullying. Next, how can bullying affect your health? Bullying can affect people differently. As we have seen can have a both physical or mental impact on an individual over time. Individuals struggling with bullying, harassment, or cyberbullying may find it difficult to speak up about the fact that they are being bullied. Standing up to the bullies may be difficult for individuals, especially in the workplace. Even if they have difficult to tell that they are being bullied because they are fear of negative consequence or jobless. The research has shown that bullying will cause psychological stress, damage self-esteem, impair cognitive functionings, and threatens overall emotional and physical health. People who are bullied or harassed in the workplace has an increased risk of depressions. This research shows a direct link between what is known as learned helplessness and depressions. There are cases of bullying that can result to the post-traumatic stress disorder or even suicide in some severe cases. The impacts of bullying can be significant to the business as well as the peoples. Employers need to put in place tools encouraging employees to speak up and report if they fall victims or witness bullying, harassment, or discriminations of any kinds. This could This should be a couple with a cultural reminder from leadership stressing zero tolerance for misbehavior and the importance of nipping prejudiced behaviors in the bud. How does bullying affect the workplace? Workplace with high risk of bullying can also experience negative consequences such as first, financial loss resulting from legal costs or bullying investigations. The second one is productivity and morale. The third one is increased employee absence. The fourth one is high turnover rates, and the fifth one is poor team dynamics, and the last one is reduced trust, effort, and loyalty from employees. People who bully may eventually face consequences such as formal reprimands, transfer, or job loss, but any types of bullying are not illegal. When bullying is not addressed, it's more easier for people to continue bullying, especially when the bullying is subtle. Bullies who take the credit for work or intentionally make others look bad may end up receiving praise or being promoted. Next slide. How can bullying affect individuals? People who are the targets of bullying may experience a range of effects. These reactions includes they might be shocked or anger, they feel of frustrated or helplessness, or even they can be panic or anxiety, especially about going to work. Next slide. What are the most common type of harassments in the workplace? Workplace harassment is pervasive problems in the workplace in the world. Some types of workplace harassments are illegal, so you should recognize the different forms of workplace harassment and know how the unlawful types of this type of harassments in the workplace. So here are the most common types of harassments in the workplace. Discriminatory harassments occurs when someone harasses another person because of the victim's memberships in a protected class. Workplace harassment that is based on the person's protected characteristics is unlawful under state and federal law. So some of the different types of discriminatory harassments will be described in more detail below. First, harassments based on the race, gender, religion, disability, sexual orientations, age-related harassments, personal harassments, physical harassments, power harassments, and online harassments, retaliations harassments, and the last is sexual harassment. Next slide. The various type of harassments in the workplace. So if you are harassed at work, it can make it much harder for you to be able to do your jobs. Workplace harassment is illegal in most cases, and you have the right to be protected against unwanted touching, certain types of comments, and other problematic behaviors. So I will explain one by one the various type of harassments in the workplace. First is physical harassment. So when someone is physically harassed or bullied, he or she may be deliberate push or bumps. It may also include blockings another person's path in order to intimidate him or her without a physical contact. The second one is handling workplace harassments. If you have been harassed, your first step is to tell to your harasser to stop what he or she is doing. If the harassment still continues, you need to tell to the Human Resources Department. The third one is hostile work environments harassments. With this type of harassments, you don't have to be the targets. It can also including the clients, customers, co-workers, supervisor, or even contractors. The next one is verbal harassments occurs when the words used to put down or show the hostility. And the last is non-verbal harassments. It occurs when image, writings, materials, or gestures are used in order to intimidate others. Next slide. So what is not harassment? The first one is relationships or mutual consents. A hug between friends, mutual flirtations, and a compliment on physical appearance between the colleges are not considered harassments. The second one is academic freedoms and intellectual disagreements. Harassment doesn't include collegial dispute or disagreements regarding policy, practice, ideology, or matters of academic freedoms. And the last is directions of the workplace and students' body. The management and the disciplines of employer and students is also not harassment. Legitimate requirement to comply with rules of standards, such as requests to meet dress code deadlines, employee performance standards, or attendance requirements, are not considered harassment. So thank you for your attention. I think that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.